This is the 90th meeting between Purdue and Northwestern. We're celebrating the 30th anniversary of the 1995 Northwestern Rose Bowl team, which leaves 60 minutes of Big Ten ball now underway. And that ball will head into the end zone for a touchback. And it'll be the beast, Caleb Komolafe, who's got an opening here through this Purdue defense, and that will go for a first down. 11-yard gain on first down. Brings the ball out to the 35 here for Preston Stone. And he's got his first completion. Who else, Yogi? Griffin Wilden. Another carry here for Komolafe on first down. He's got a chunk play once again here. Going to go for about 7 after an 11-yard gain on his first carry. Well, Komolafe has all kinds of space running through this Purdue defense right now.
Well, the #1 goal is to stay ahead of the sticks. And how do you do that? You run the football.
Early, this Northwestern offense wants to run the football, and they are proving that they can early on. Here's the play action to Komolafe. Trying to set up a play, trying to set up a deep shot to Griffin Wilde. Instead, that pass intended for Hunter Welsing is defended nicely by Taj Rael, the veteran safety in the back end. The offense has a 2nd and 10 for Preston Stone as we get our first stoppage. Will be a timeout for David Braun in Northwestern. Northwestern 25 rushing yards already on this drive. Now a 2nd and 10, and it's going to be Joseph Hyman getting the carry. His 2nd of the day will push forward for a gain of 3. Preston Stone, ball in hand, a little pressure going to sneak out. He can use some mobility here, and he will get close to first down yardage. They are going to move the sticks, so good use of the legs there by Stone. Lawson Albright, the tight end in the backfield as the carry. Let's go back to Hyman. And not going to get much here. This Purdue defense making some adjustments here. No gain as we get another 2nd and 10 here for Preston Stone. Oh, it's got the tight end. Right here, Carson Grove was wide open over the middle. Cannot connect, but that was open and there for the taking. Handoff will go to Caleb Komolafe. He's going to get the first down. Kyle ball comes out, but I think it popped right back underneath him. A fortunate bounce right there for Northwestern. Joseph Hyman in the game now for Preston Stone. He'll take this handoff, and that Purdue defense going to shut him down after a gain of about 2. As the Purdue medical staff makes his way out. We'll check on Harkless as Northwestern has a scoring opportunity when we return. We got Preston Stone in motion, and it's Joseph Hyman that takes the direct snap. Be a read option, and he's going to keep it, but Purdue was ready and stuffed him for a gain, a no gain on the play. 27-yard field goal. And it is good. All right, back deep here for Purdue was Antonio Harris. He'll let that ball bounce into the end zone. And Ryan Brown will take to the air for the first snap here for Purdue, and will take a deep shot. Looking for E.J. Horton, but Yogi, that one well defended. Mockabee gets his first carry, and that was going to go for a loss. Wow, pretty good protection here, all day to throw. Going to catch up with Jesse Watson over the middle, but well short of the line to gain. All right, so the punt will go back to Ryan Wagner. Makes the first one and 2nd Purdue tackler miss. The flip out to Joseph Hyman. He gets by 1 tackler and will pick up about 3, maybe 4. So we got a 2nd and 6 now for Preston Stone. And that carry goes for about 2. Converted on 3rd downs via the run the last time out. Got some pressure in his face. He got a complete Hayden Elegon. Trust your eyes, trust your guys right there from Preston Stone. Handoff goes to Caleb Komolafe, and Purdue's going to settle down there after about a 2-yard gain. Is whistled dead, our first flag of the game. And our first chance to introduce our referee, Cole Knipple.
65 on the offense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Marion Harkless, the injured defensive tackle, back in for Purdue. Preston Stone going to go back shoulder for Elegon with Grimes in coverage, and the flag comes out. It's going to be pass interference on Grimes, Yogi. So a fresh set of downs now for Preston Stone. Quick little play action. Going to go to the sideline for Griffin. Wildy overshoots him. And Stone going to give it. It's Joseph Hyman. And Hyman brought down. Northwestern moves into Purdue territory. And Preston Stone, where else are you going to go on third down but to Griffin Wildy?
A player, great success. South Dakota State was relative zero-star recruit. He just had so
Love the story.
Much success finding and believing in himself to get here.
And this Purdue defense swarming to the football, led by D'Amico Kennedy on the charge there. Going to keep Northwestern to a gain of, oh shoot, down. They lost a yard. That's going to be 2nd and 11 now. Quick throw from Wildy. Got it to Drew Wagner. Spinning. Pick up about 8. It's the third down carry. Gets stuffed. Caleb Komoafe has nowhere to go.
Sure, Preston Stone just really understands the nuances of this offense. Even they get an easy 5, if not, take it to the quarter break.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. Let the final seconds run down with a 3-0 lead. The team that put Northwestern football on the map. 23 consecutive losing seasons, hadn't been to a bowl game since 1949, but it was Gary Barnett's mission to take the purple to Pasadena, and he did it with linebacker Pat Fitzgerald. Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, National Defensive Player of the Year that year, and just a phenomenal team getting their just due today. Now this Northwestern football team, the decision made by David Braun on a 4th and 5, gonna let it rip with Preston Stone. Got man coverage here, and Stone gonna take a shot. And the flag is going to come out as Ricky Omorazi draws the flag on Hodori Hines in coverage, and the risk pays off for David Braun.
Pass interference, defense number 4, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
With Stone in the gun, an empty set here. Good protection for Stone. He'll step up and didn't see anything he likes. Gonna keep his eyes downfield. Just off the hands there. 2nd down give for Preston Stone, goes to Robbie Preckle, the true freshman who's pulling Purdue defenders all the way down inside the 5. And Purdue felt all 230 pounds of Preckle, is now in the I formation with Komoafe. Dominating time of possession and now trying to put it in the paint for the first time. Preston Stone got the tight end. Paul Wilson, touchdown, the Wildcats. So they do bring it back in and will attempt a traditional extra point. Jack Olson.
Here with some Northwestern royalty with Coach Barnett. Coach, you're back for the 30th anniversary of the 1995 Rose Bowl team. What has it been like all weekend being back with your team and just in such a special place that means so much to you?
Well, you're exactly right. It's very special. There's really no way to describe what these young men and coaches were able to do back then. And they all sort of came when it wasn't popular to be here. They all stayed, same coaches for 5 years. So they did something that hasn't been done in a long, long time.
You were telling me that if you actually told me what it took to get to that point, I wouldn't believe you. What did it take to get there?
Well, it took a lot of mistakes that people let you live through. A lot of adjusting and getting used to a different way of doing things. But more than anything, just the hard work that went in to restore this to a level that everybody respected.
Now, I know you got to talk to Coach Braun's team ahead of Friday's or after Friday's practice. What did you say to them, and how impressed have you been with his squad?
Well, I'm very impressed with, one, the way they're playing today, but just what they look like in practice and the way they practice. And, you know, I just basically said you got to figure out who you are and who you want to be, and then you got to be who you want to be. And you got to do that every week. And sometimes every play, you got to be who you say you're going to be. And, you know, they're a fun group to talk to, and they're playing well right now.
Can't thank you enough, Coach. Thanks so much. Rhett, back to you.
Boy, thanks to Coach Barnett and to Caroline there. Ryan Brown now after a big game from Devin Markeby. Nearly has that pass intercepted by Mac Uline. Good Morning America, nightly news on campus to do stories about this Northwestern Wildcat team in 1995. Steve Schnurr, the quarterback of that team, got invited to be a GMA. He thought he was getting pranked. What? And his defense comes up with a stop. Najee Story gets a hold of Devin Markeby after a gain of 3. Brown flushed out of the pocket. Dangerous when he gets on the move, but that's going to come back with a flag down as Brown broke the pocket. See what the holding call.
Holding, offense number 79. 10-yard penalty.
Now a 3rd and long behind the sticks. Need to get to the 44. Brown again on the move, eyes downfield. And with Braden Bruss in pursuit, Brown just has to throw it away. And that punt will send Drew Wagner all the way back to the 25 before he is snowed under by the white jerseys from Purdue. And now trying to get past Purdue today. Preston Stone taken to the air, and he's got Hayden Elligan on the deep ground over the middle, and Elligan with some room to run takes this one into Purdue territory and gonna tack on another 15 for a horse collar.
Yeah, and that is on a new face for this defense. Hershey McLaurin, transfer from Houston. He's getting his first action on defense of the entire season.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle. Number 25 Purdue, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
35-yard gain. And the first down throw going again for Elligan. That one nearly picked off by Smiley Bradford, dropping there in coverage. Time of possession absolutely dominant right now from Northwestern. Almost 16 minutes with the ball. And they'll keep it again here. It's Joseph Hyman cutting inside a block and getting all the way down, almost to the 20. See where they mark it. Hyman gets the quick pitch from Stone, and Purdue's defense ready there. Tony Grimes again on the perimeter at the cornerback spot, forcing Hyman out of bounds. No gain. Here we go, Preston Stone. Second down throw. Incomplete. Stone, 3rd down. Gonna go to the end zone. And that bounced off the helmet of Smiley Bradford. So another field goal attempt coming from Jack Olson. This one from 38 yards out of the hold of Luke Akers. And all Northwestern at the 8-minute mark here in the second quarter.
Only 7 plays ran for Purdue offensively.
New returner back deep is Michael Jackson, but he'll let that one bounce out of the end zone.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 10, Purdue. 15-yard penalty from the end of the kick. Half the distance. 1st and 10, Purdue.
And this will be the 8th here for Ryan Brown. Kick off this drive with Malachi Thomas getting the carry and finding a little bit of room in the middle of that Northwestern defense. It'll be a gain of 4. Brown, easy throw, got to complete Armand Branch. First of the day for Branch, ball out. It's recovered by Northwestern, but they're going to say he was down. He does get the carry, and well, he's going to get the first down. As Armand Branch makes another grab. Give goes again to Malachi Thomas. Gonna get a couple bring up a bit more of a manageable third down situation. They'll give him gain of 3.
Keep an eye on Saka, number 4, at the bottom of the screen at defensive end.
Missed last week at Penn State with an injury, now back in the lineup, and provides a big-time edge boost in rushing the passer. Ryan Brown and Armand Branch not on the same page on that third down. Jack McAllister gets the punt off. Drew Wagner gonna let it bounce, takes a Purdue bounce, and he fields it, and then gets wrapped up. Northwestern off the field, now 1st and 10, and it's Caleb Komalafe. Gonna get about 6 yards on that carry. We're good, says Preston Stone. Oh, trips. Komalafe tripping on the leg of Preston Stone, but manages to salvage just about 3 yards on that carry. 3rd and short on the way. To give to Komalafe, spinning off a tackler, and the 1st down achieved on the run. All right, so 1st and 10 now after the Komalafe short yardage conversion. Brings Joseph Hyman into the game. We'll get a little play action for Stone. They'll go right back to him as he sets down over the middle. And gonna pick up about 6. Who are we? We gotta be the toughest team out on the field. We gotta be the most physical. We can't be ourselves. We'll let Joseph Hyman try to put his shoulder down on the sideline. Taj Rael coming up on the tackle.
This is a 2-minute timeout.
And Preston Stone on the sneak. Yogi's going to get it. Well, let's see how they manage the clock here.
On one hand, you're saying, hey, can we get a stop, get the ball back, maybe get a score, and then get the ball again to kick off the second half.
And Purdue will receive the kick to start the second, but Preston Stone looking for Hayden Elegant. 3rd near interception for Purdue. That was Tony Grimes.
If the clock keeps going, let's say Northwestern runs the ball here. For Purdue, part of you wants to call a timeout if you're Barry Odom to see if you can get 2 for 1 here. The other side is you understand how this game is gone. Like, you just want to get to half.
Because your offense hasn't been able to stay on the field. Don't want to certainly give Northwestern another opportunity. Blitz coming. Preston Stone just dirts it. Was looking to set up the screen to Joseph Hyman. So that'll stop the clock and bring up a 3rd and long. Stone take another shot to Dory Hines. Tight coverage. Griffin Wilde out of bounds. So a big win for this Purdue defense. And so our first look at Luke Akers, punter for Northwestern, and Michael Jackson. Yet to really get involved. Fake! We got a fake! And it's Lawson Albright, but can't quite get the yardage needed to make that fake.
Boy, this is a
big win.
And how about Tony Grimes? Nice job by him making that tackle in space. That's the first time we've seen this sideline erupt. Grimes all over it. I don't mind the call. It's blocked well. Grimes just a better tackle in space. Nice job chopping it down, and the sideline erupts. And finally, Purdue has good field position and a little bit of momentum. Look at that. He recognizes it, doesn't run with the gunner down the field. Makes a huge play, and for the first time this game, this sideline is standing up for Purdue.
Some juice now. Tony Grimes providing it's had a couple of big stops, maybe none bigger than that one on the fake punt. So now Ryan Brown trying to take advantage and will go downtown. Looking for Nitro Tuggle, but no shot right there with Fred Davis in coverage. And Brown with Devin Mockabee. In it, running back, got it complete. There's Michael Jackson, wanted to get the ball in his hands, finally do here. Gain of 7, and they'll start going tip-off.
The first time they've crossed the 50 for Purdue.
3rd down again. Felt like Ryan Brown and Nitro Tuggle not on the same page. Jake McAllister to punt it. Drew Wagner standing at his own 8-yard line. Nice high punt. Fair catch called and made by Drew Wagner. Punt of 37.
I think I'd be aggressive here too.
Yeah. And the handoff's going to go to Caleb Komalafe. And David Bronquintel. And there it is, just like you called, Yogi. Caleb Komalafe, 1st down and more out to the 3rd-yard line, and there is the timeout. 9 seconds now. Preston Stone. And he's going to get a holding call on Northwestern as he broke the pocket. Just 1 second left on the clock as Stone threw that one away.
Purdue utilizing a timeout here, just trying to get to half. They get the ball, and for Purdue and Barry Odom, they've got to reset. They got to reset their mentality.
Luke Akers, son of great NFL kicker David Akers, has this thing teed up. Michael Jackson looks to get his hands on the ball for Purdue in the return game, but we haven't had a return yet, and we won't get one this time. Well, that ball bounced just over the goal line, so Jackson's going to pick it up, and he's going to get shoved out of bounds inside the 10. They're going to start with the read option. Brown on the keeper, and not going to get much, maybe a gain of 2.
Brown took a shot on that zone read where he kept it.
And he is down. Brendan Flakes in on that tackle as the Purdue medical staff comes out to check on their starting quarterback here. Hope we get to see Ryan Brown back here in short order. The good news for Purdue, Malachi Singleton, a lot of time as in a 2-quarterback type of system for Purdue, now taking his first snaps of the game.
Yeah, this is a high-profile player coming out of high school, and the competition at camp was tight. He could run the entirety of the offense.
And he will run it here. QB design run has been a big piece of the game plan when Malachi Singleton is in. Had the 40-yard touchdown on 4th and 2 against Minnesota a week ago. Now gets a couple to bring up a third and medium. And he will let it rip, gets it out to Michael Jackson. Free access throw right there, he takes it, and they'll get the first down on a big gain from Singleton to Jackson, 14 yards. A nice clean read set up there by Josh Henson, the offensive coordinator. Devin Mockabee will get the carry, not going to get much here as that Northwestern defense rallies. Yeah, Coach Odom said, look, I haven't got this team to play like a mature team yet. This is a great opportunity to do it in the face of some real adversity, down 13-0. And it's Malachi Singleton again, another QB run with a couple of blockers in front. And he'll get about 5 yards on the run. 3rd and 3. And he's gonna get it. Oh, and he was Devin Mockabee hit in the backfield. Great penetration. Looked like Hank Purvis got pushed into the backfield. Punt is away. Drew Wagner set to receive it, and a terrific tackle. Great coverage by this Purdue punt team to get to Wagner. Well, we added another Boilermaker to the roster this week as defensive coordinator Mike Shear and his wife Maddie welcomed Brooks Michael Shear to the world. Coach Odom said he looks like a linebacker already. Well, it would make sense. It is certainly in his blood. Maddie's brother Bumper Poole is the all-time leading tackler in Arkansas football history, and Mike Shear said he had a scholarship offer waiting on his desk. As Preston Stone completes this first down pass, gets it out to Hunter Welsing, who caught the touchdown, long touchdown of the game back in the first half.
It was great talking to Coach Shear. He's an intense coach. But you know, Rhett, a kid will change you.
It will.
Yeah, you won't sleep a lot, you know. But overall, he said, man, it was just what a moment, you know, as he's grown his family. And this really, when you think of Purdue, look, this is a rebuild program. We know that for them and the job and the task at hand. But it is a family there when you talk to Barry Odom. He met Coach Shear when Coach Shear was in 8th grade. Started recruiting him. We went to a camp in Missouri.
They've been everywhere together.
They've been everywhere together. And you're seeing this thing as we look for some adjustments here in the second half. But that Purdue sideline, they got the coaching acumen, they got the program, they got all the right parts. They've just been, even in this game, just a few plays away, a turnover here. Instead of just knocking the ball down, can you get a pick? And his defense are playing hard every single week.
6-yard run by Hyman now sets up a 2nd and 4. And it's Hyman again, just gashing so far on this drive and really in this game up the middle. Yogi off that right side, keeping an eye on Martez Lewis in at right tackle, getting some rotation at that position, and big block on that run. Build off that tackle for loss there on 1st down, so a 2nd and 12. Preston Stone, easy completion, got it to Lawson Albright, the tight end, who pushes his way forward just shy of the line of game. Boy, such a big piece of the rest of this game flow now for Purdue, as you wonder about the status of Ryan Brown with the brace on the shoulder. Excellent eye there on a 3rd and short. Preston Stone already has one quarterback sneak. Looks like he's going to be short if the official on the far side of the field is the spot. And it will be 4th down. Converted on a QB sneak earlier in the first half. Going back to the well here, Yogi.
Yeah, low man wins, and this is one of the few times that Purdue won the line of scrimmage. Nice job getting some penetration. I'd imagine go right back to the well there. Biggest thing, Brett QB sneak, is they're in the pistol here.
And it's Komolafe, and he will get the first down. So 4th down conversion for this Northwestern team.
Yeah, this running back group, remember, they are replacing Cam Porter, who was lost for the season in week 2, but it's kind of been by committee. Komolafe, Hyman did a nice job, even Reeder at times when he's been in the ball game.
Hyman actually the high watermark for attempts so far for Northwestern, so he's in the game now. And Preston Stone going out to the sideline, and Griffin Wilde coming back to it, and this time, Yogi, like you wanted him to do in the end zone, comes back and draws the PI.
He just got such an awareness. I think the best receivers, right when the ball comes out of the quarterback's hand, they know where it's going to land. It's a great judge by him down the sideline.
15-yard penalty.
Now you get a 1st and 10 in the red zone.
And Deshaun Reeder has his first carry of the game, breaks the tackle of Charles Correa, pushes forward, gain of 7. Give again to Deshaun Reeder, and he gets brought down by Alex Sanford. Okay, so a formation shift here. We do that a lot in this Northwestern offense, almost 70% of the time. Handoff goes to Deshaun Reeder, 3rd down. And he is still pushing forward after grabbing the first down and a few extra yards just outside the 5-yard line. Yeah, it has been a run-heavy offense, no question, for Northwestern thus far. Look,
Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
again, another big shift. And it's Joseph Hyman who gets the carry. Great penetration by the Purdue defense. Manny Powell in on that stop. Ian Jeffries in on that stop. And here's Preston Stone in zone. Got it complete. Griffin Wilde, 4th touchdown of the season for the star Wildcat receiver. And quick play action. Stone on the run. Nobody home. Thrown into the end zone. And it comes down in the hands of Adoree Hines. But this is such a great venue and such a great place to watch college football. And Michael Jackson had himself a seam and hit it, but Northwestern able to close that down on the kickoff return.
Just this entire environment is our first time
I love this.
Here. This is awesome, and the story behind it's amazing.
Story right now for Purdue's offense. Malachi Singleton on to start this drive in the wake of Ryan Brown's injury, the Purdue starting quarterback. And handoff goes to Devin Mockabee. Got a little space, cuts inside, and breaks the tackle. Matt Uline there to clean it up. Initially contacted by Robert Fitzgerald, the tackling machine. There's a look at Brown in that shoulder brace. I mean, for a guy who is such a competitive runner, that's a tough injury to try to gut through.
Yeah, and look, the big #1 point for Northwestern was to slow down him scrambling and or the quarterback run game. Here we set up a 3rd down. I think it's 4-down territory for Purdue. I know you have an injury with your starter, but I go QB run here.
And they're going to go QB run as you called for. Nice work, Malachi Singleton behind the block from the running back Malachi Thomas, diving forward to get the first down. Barry Odom also telling us that the whole playbook is available for Singleton. This is not just a package deal. And there's the give to Malachi Thomas. He'll push forward, pushing the pile, getting a little help from his friends. He'll go for about 6 yards just across midfield. Lead option is a give this time, and it's Malachi Thomas. Bush is going to move the sticks once again. Fresh set of downs now for Malachi Singleton. Give again to Malachi Thomas. Illinois felt like a little bit of a turning point there. 117 rushing yards. Really go over 200 last week at Minnesota. As that 2nd down throw for Malachi Singleton goes out of bounds. It brings up a 3rd.
Northwestern's changing coverage post-snap. We'll see if they can get the quarterback here.
And he's going to give it on the end around. Michael Jackson will pick up a few, but squarely in 4-down territory here for Barry Odom. He was thinking off that play call. Michael Kilbane in on that stop, too. A big-time worker for this Northwestern defense now, trying to get off the field on 4th down. Empty backfield with Mockabee shifting out to the perimeter. Here it is, setting up the design QB1.
You kind of feel
Waiting
that
for
one
the
coming.
signal.
Yeah, you kind of feel that one coming. Michael Jackson not on the field. You see that motion, you're thinking, yeah, they're going to go back to the well in the run game with, again, a quarterback. He's 235 pounds, is Malachi Singleton.
And Northwestern comes up with the stop. Wow. All right, following the Purdue turnover on downs, maybe thought of challenging that play. Let's go to rules analyst Steve Strimling in Los Angeles. What'd you see, Steve?
You know, they're on the fourth down play. They're going to look at this through the quarter, but we see the left knee down. The ball's facing the official towards the bottom of the screen, and he's going to have to put that spot. It looks short to us, and that's what they ruled.
And indeed, that was the call. Excellent work by Steve, identifying where that official was that makes the spot. Oh, that is a scene right there now. And that's basically how this Northwestern offense has operated. Smooth waters so far. And Stone going to take a shot here on first down, looking for Hayden Elegant, hand fighting throughout, but no flag. And boy, looking at that shot right there of that lake makes you think about all the work that went into putting this spectacularly unique stadium together. It was something that had been talked about around this campus, but it didn't come together until a cigar bar meeting in Scottsdale with Chief Revenue Officer Jesse Marks, who then sketched the rendering of this stadium on a cocktail napkin. And then 90 days later, we went from cocktail napkin to kickoff in August for Northwestern football. Preston Stone on a 3rd and long, gonna have that one fall incomplete, intended for Hunter Welsing. But again, that collaborative effort, obviously Jesse Marks spearheading it there, but the approvals he got, the work he got throughout the university to make this thing happen, and it's become one of the most unique things we've seen in college football.
I'd say you could argue stadium-wise, it's the most unique thing over the last couple seasons. This idea was kind of circulating around the athletic department, then all of a sudden, idea went to napkin, napkin went to reality, and then it became that amazing shot that you see every time they play a home game here. And you remember that day it was announced. It went.
Oh, it was all over the place, no question. And the punt going to be fielded here by Michael Jackson. Makes one miss. We got a flag down, but Jackson making moves in a nice return. Going to go into Northwestern territory pending the flag. 48-yard punt, 27-yard return for Michael Jackson. Maybe the boost they needed if it stands.
Receiving team number 28. That 10-yard penalty is enforced from the end of the kick. First and 10 for Purdue.
New tailgate and game day festivities surrounding the stadium. Just an incredible effort from the Ryans and everyone here at Northwestern to bring one of the most unique places in college football to life starting next year.
Sign us up for one of those, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I played at the old Ryan. I'm a little jealous now. Yeah. All right, first down run. Loses one for Purdue. 19-0 right now for Northwestern. 13 minutes to go. It's Malachi Thomas as Purdue keeps this thing on the ground, and that one sniffed out. Robert Fitzgerald, ball out. And it looks like Northwestern feels like they have it.
Northwestern has 3 scoring drives of 7+ minutes.
Review, the runner's knee was down. The ball will be placed at the 21.5-yard line. It'll be 3rd down, Purdue.
Purdue in desperate need for their 4th third down conversion of the game. Singleton pressure off the edge, picked up, going deep, got a man. Smith comes up with it, it's no strict. Ball is out this time, and no question that Northwestern recovers it. Robert Fitzgerald in on it once again. Ready for action once again with this Northwestern offense. And he's got the handoff again to Sean Reeder, breaking tackles, breaking the tackle of Smiley Bradford and adding about another 15 yards on to the end of that run. And make matters worse, Taj Rael walking gingerly, starting safety for the Purdue defense, walking off the field. Sean Reeder stays in the game at running back after a big carry that got him into Purdue territory. Griffin Wilby coming across the field, and a perfect strike by Preston Stone. And leading one favor, the ball pops out again, knocked up into the air, and picked up by Alex Sanford of Purdue. And we got back-to-back turnovers. The Boilers have life. Northwestern defense, after an explosive play here for Devin Mockabee, will push Purdue into Northwestern territory.
Yeah, and here comes the old athletic jog on and off.
Look at that athlete go.
Some defenses call that like the turtle package. Just act like a turtle, take your time, you know.
Singleton strike over the middle, got to complete E.J. Horton Jr. The first down now from the 25-yard line. 3 straight plays of 20-plus. It will not be a fourth, though. 3-yard run for Devin Mockabee. Malachi Singleton in for the injured Ryan Brown. Another connection, got it complete. Michael Jackson out on the perimeter. First time now in the red zone for Purdue. They called Malachi Singleton's package the hippo package. I don't know if they still call it that now that he's been in since the injury, but a good time to use it. And they will. Singleton on the keeper, but he's not in the hole and stood up by Mac Uline. Same personnel for Purdue. Mockabee. Got Christian Moore in. Singleton gonna take it himself. And Singleton gets stuffed. Northwestern's defense stands tall. This time, it's Braden Bruss in on the tackle. And that pass from Preston Stone, a little bit behind Hayden Elegon. And then now Stone again gonna take a shot back shoulder. Well, got it complete to Ricky Amarazi. They're going to say he caught it. Knee was certainly down in bounds, but when he caught it, felt like he was touching the white. And here comes the stoppage.
Yeah, nice job.
After further review, the receiver was out of bounds before he caught the ball. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down, Northwestern.
For Northwestern, it's a one-step punt. You cannot get this block. Just get it out from your red zone.
And they do bring a little bit of pressure. Michael Jackson back deep. He's going to call for the fair catch. And he makes it at about the 27-yard line. 7 minutes and counting here for Malachi Singleton. Got a little happy in the pocket and incomplete, intended for the running back, Malachi Thomas. Malachi Singleton pressured and picked. Mac Uline comes up with it after getting a little help from his buddies up front on the pressure on Singleton, but another turnover for this Northwestern defense. Stone going to turn around and hand it off to the true freshman, Robbie Preckle, who had a physical run back in the first half. Preckle remains in physical presence for this Northwestern backfield. And as Caroline told us, Omolafe, starting running back, injured early, doubtful to return. So Preckle happy to take some more carries, gain of 5. They're going to throw it now for Preston Stone, going out to Wildy, but this time Purdue does come up with the interception after getting close on 3 previous opportunities. It's Smiley Bradford that finally gets it done for the Boilers. And now Purdue, perhaps one last real effort to try to make up some ground here. Malachi Singleton takes a big hit, but gets it off. Looking for E.J. Horton. And he comes down with it. E.J. Horton.
After further review, the receiver did not maintain control through the process of the catch. Lost the ball when he hit the ground. It'll be 2nd and 10, Purdue from the 14-yard line.
For Northwestern, you got to play top-down defense. Keep everything in front of you.
Malachi Singleton, again with a little bit of pressure, going to take off. And going to get about 5. Trevor, appreciate that as Devin Mockabee takes this throw for Malachi Singleton. He's got room. Mockabee with that unique high knee type of running style gets close to midfield. And as they check on Fred Davis, we'll be back.
No question. They're a good defense, but you think Purdue would be able to move the ball in the air.
Over 450 yards each of their last 2 times out. Credit to this Purdue defense. Terrific pressure. Michael Kilbane, a guy who does it all. Edge defender, he can move inside. Peyton Hubbard, a guy who has the most sacks in the Big Ten since the 23 season. They can get after you. And Will here. And the ball pops up. We have another turnover. This one by Brendan Flakes. Ball pops into his hand, but again, big pressure by Kilbane. Another turnover, 5th of this quarter. Oh, check it out. Joseph Hyman with room to run. Gets caught up by Taj Rael downfield. 235 rushing yards now for Northwestern. And they're going to add to it here. Joseph Hyman, although maybe not. We're going to have to take some off the ledger after Penn State's defense comes up with a stop. Led there, C.J. Nunley leading the charge. 4-quarter street fight. That's how we have to win. That's how we beat Penn State. That's how they're beating Purdue right here with 46-47 now rushing attempts. As Hyman lunges forward for another couple of yards.
This game from the jump, they've been able to run the ball.
Joseph Hyman, again, as we close in on 50 rushing attempts, Barry Odom is going to call a timeout here after getting the stop on 3rd and goal. As we set up for another field goal from Jack Olson, perfect on the day. Henry Helms is your holder. 26-yard attempt is up. And no good.
The hold kind of might have dropped the ball there. It looked like on the hold. They're going to try to go here and try to get 2-3 plays off here before the 2-minute timeout.
Pressure comes again from Anto Saka. Singleton avoids and just has to throw that one away at the feet of E.J. Horton. Singleton, again, feeling a little bit of pressure, steps up and connects with Jesse Watson, but boy, does he take a pop. And for the Northwestern Wildcat defense, watching Rico Walker hurdle a defender and find his way down just past the 45-yard line. Gain of 20, but we have a down Northwestern Wildcat defender, and it's Anto Saka. Singleton stands in the pocket and fires down on the sideline. E.J. Horton, a nice toe tap before heading out of bounds.
And nothing would feel better than getting a shutout in front of this squad that's watching.
Malachi Singleton fires once again. It's Michael Jackson. Takes a hit from Ori Adey, and we got a flag. Wonder if that's a potential targeting here, Yogi.
It's going to be a potential targeting indeed.
That throw and catch does.
Targeting defense. That play is under further review.
This is a tough one, certainly with 1:35 left in the game. For Northwestern team, Ori Adey, boy, it almost felt like.
Yeah, I mean, the first question you're saying,
is he defenseless?
Yes. Right. And then you look for the contact.
It looked like it was to the shoulder. Steve Strimling watching this play with us from Los Angeles. Steve, how do you see it?
Yeah, the first thing we have to do is, after the catch, does he transition from a defenseless receiver to a runner? In looking at it, we feel that he's transitioned to a runner. He's protecting himself, he's ducking, which means we would need crown of the helmet. So our opinion is this will not be targeting and should not be targeting.
Yeah, that's a great explanation. That's the tricky part, right? In the transition to being a runner.
It does not look like that 6-inch circumference there, top of the helmet, does come into contact at that point. Once Jackson has established as not defenseless, you can kind of see his head go down.
Yeah, that's the scarier part to me of this whole play is.
That was really good, technique from Adey in moving his head out of.
Foul for targeting. The contact to the receiver was to the shoulder. It'll be 1st and 10 Purdue.
Singleton operating again under pressure. Michael Kilbane gets to him once again, and the clock is going to roll here. That is a sack. Did not get the ball down.
The Penn State thing wasn't a fluke, folks. This is a pretty impressive offensive defensive line.
And Malachi Singleton will eat up a little bit of green space left there by a pretty kind of protecting against the big play there, and so Singleton takes advantage on a gain of 15 with the scramble. They'll go up tempo once again as we get closer to 60 seconds remaining, and that throw from Singleton under some pressure from Hubbard will fall incomplete. Darnell Autry must love the run game. Pat Fitzgerald must love the fact that maybe a little nervous trying to protect the shutout here. Singleton is that ball a little too tall for Corey Smith and will fall incomplete on 4th down.
Yeah, what a complete game from Northwestern, and for Barry Odom, they just got to keep competing. I mean, they're close. It just, in every game over the last few games, it's been something. They'll get it going, but how about for that man and this program? So proud, to your point, Rhett, and they should be, because there's a reason this new stadium is being built a few miles away. It's because what was created and what we're celebrating today here with that team that went to the Rose Bowl.
Shutout preserved.
Coach, I was just telling you off camera, first shutout for Northwestern in 8 years. Not only that, but you become the only coach since Gary Barnett to win their first 3 against Purdue. How does that feel?
You know what? Really proud of our defense, their ability to close out the game in the 4th quarter, and anytime you can finish with a shutout, that's something really special.
How does it feel to put on a performance like this offensively in front of Gary Barnett and the rest of the 1995 crew?
Yeah, you know, I'm really proud of the way that this team started, the way that we were continuing to be able to build momentum in the 3rd quarter, an opportunity to honor the 95 team and Coach Barnett. Really special to walk off this field today with the win, honoring those guys, and ultimately an opportunity for us as a football team to evaluate the 4th quarter and know that we got to do a better job of closing out games on offense and on special teams.
What's one thing you want to build on coming off of this game as you go on the road for the next 2?
You know, it's just continuing to build off playing complementary football. Like, ultimately, our ability to play our brand of defense today is a reflection of our defense, but it's also a reflection of our run game and our ability to possess the football. Now it's doing a better job of finishing out drives, and when we got an opportunity to put opponents away, do just that. But, you know, a lot of work to do, but proud of our overall performance today.
Congratulations, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Joe, 86 yards on the ground today, over 200 with all the running backs together. What was working so well for you guys today?
Man, we know our identity coming into each game. We know what we want to do. We want to run the football and just running behind those big guys up front, wide zone, getting downhill, running power. You know, we just want to execute our job, and we did that today.
Coach was telling us this week when we met with him how everybody on this team plays for each other, and you can really feel it. Was today a testament of that?
Most definitely. It's true brotherhood. You know, coming off a big win last weekend, you know, we wanted to not get too high, not get too low, but, you know, just continue to work and play for each other, and that's what we did today. You know, just continue to grind out for our brothers next to us.
What's one thing you want to see this team do as you guys approach the back half of your season?
And just to continue to finish, something that we got to continue to improve on is scoring in the red zone. And getting those touchdowns, and, you know, we're just going to keep coming to work every day, and it'll come.
Congratulations on the win today. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.